Hi, welcome back to Mediocre Arts and Crafts. Today I'm going to take you through this super cute modified gift bag that I turned into a little treat holder that can easily hang from a tree or your cabinet or doorknob, or with a little push pin can hang from your friend's cubicle wall. Okay, let me take you through it. Okay, to get started, we need a gift bag. So this gift bag, I assumed they were all standard sizes, but this one I couldn't even find something the same size on, the big online stores. So I'm just going to show you my process, and you can use whatever size gift bag you have around and kind of just cut things so that they have a small border of the backing behind. So, for example, I am going to cover the back of my bag. So here is the gusset piece, and I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to turn it over and glue this backing on. And you can see it has maybe 1/8 of an inch all the way around. So you just measure it this way and subtract 1/4 inch, measure it this way, subtract 1/4 inch, and that gives you the dimensions for your paper. So little items like this are just really created for presentation, to be able to nicely present a little gift to a friend or a coworker, or for purchase at a craft sale. So they don't really need to be over engineered to last a really long time. Generally, things like this, I think, maybe last 1 or maybe 2 seasons if someone thinks they're super cute, and then that's it. So I've got this on the back. I am going to go ahead and cut this tag off. And we can set this aside for later in case we want to use it. On the back here, I want to have a place where someone can write a message. So I'm going to go ahead and put this. Now you could stamp to and from on here if you wanted to, or you could just leave it blank so you could write a little message on it. You may have some papers that are designer paper that have a lot of white space, so you don't necessarily have to use a blank one. But I'm also going to take these 2 little strips of paper. Now these are like 1 inch by maybe 1.5 inches, and I'm going to cut them into ribbon tails. So you just make a slice down the middle and go from one corner in and the other corner in. And when I do this, generally if it's a single-sided piece of paper, I flip it over to the back so that I'm not distracted by any of the design or the lines that might throw me off on that front side. This one as well. Make a little slice up the middle, go from one side in and the other side in. And there we go. Okay, so I'm going to glue these little guys to the back of this. I'm just going to put a little dab of glue here. Going to add, I think I'll have this one on top. You'll see more of this one, so I'll put that here. And then this one will be behind it. So I'll do something like that. And I think I'm going to just glue it down this way. kind of centering it. If it's not centered, it's no big deal. And there's that, that's the back side. And so, let's see, I'll flip it over. And I'm gonna go ahead and put this piece on first. So the reason I'm putting this piece on is because it kind of goes, the designer paper goes underneath the little gusset flap, and then we're gonna glue this down after. So let's get this glued in. Again, you can use any kind of adhesive. Sometimes I'll use like an ATG gun. There will be one piece in here in a minute that you can use a repositionable adhesive. And I'll go through that in a minute. But today I'm just using art glitter glue. So there's that. Now I'm gonna glue down this side and this side just to make a little pocket. So here I want to be pretty close to the end. And glue that down. And hold on to that for a minute. So at this point you do have the option of closing the little sides up by gluing these together. But what I decided to do was just leave it open. That way if you want to put something a little larger in here, you can do that and you have a little bit more room. So I am going to go ahead and cover this part up. Again, I just measured it and just cut a little sliver off of each end so that the back of the bag will show. There's that. And then I punched this circle out and I have a little cut apart for a sentiment. And so I'll get these glued down. Putting that off to the side. Glue this one down. And aside of the bow at the top, this is pretty much done. The decorating part is done. I'm going to let the glue set while we make another one, and then I'll come back and I will fill it up with goodies. Okay, on to the next one. Now be sure you stay tuned because I have a couple different ideas from the one I showed at the beginning of this video to fill different types of treats in these little bags. So again, I'm going to start with the back side. And again, I just measured the back of the bag and I cut a little sliver off of each side, which amounts to about 1/4 of an inch in one direction, like north and south, and 1/4 of an inch east and west. I'm not even sure if this is the right orientation of this paper now that I look at it, but that's the way it's going. So there's that. Again, I'm going to cut my ribbon tails. And this one. So for this one, I'm using this, and it's like lined paper almost. Well, I guess it is lined, but So I am going to probably put this straight-ish, and since I have so many stripes, I'll probably put this one underneath. So I'm going to glue this on top of here. Some glue on top of here. So you can see that if you did the cutting of your paper and the punching or die cutting of your circles, like in a assembly line style, that you could totally get a bunch of these done super quickly. I'm not sure if that's straight, but that's where it goes. If it's crooked, don't tell me. So there's that, and you can write your to and your from and your message right here. Now we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to put this here before I glue up the bottom of the bag. And so while you can use a dry adhesive like an ATG gun or double-sided adhesive to attach your paper to the bag, it's always good to use a white glue when you're gluing a pocket. That way it will dry, it'll totally dry, and when you put things in it, it won't get stuck in the adhesive. So I'm just gonna do a bead of glue here, and a bead of glue here. Hold that down for a second. Now for this guy, I am definitely, I've seen different styles of these, but the person who I think I saw made them first and who I go back to a lot is Amber at Lyric Lover Crafts. So I'm gonna put a link to her version of these in the description box below. She has been doing Little Gifts Craft Fair series for years on her YouTube channel, and she really is, you know, has super fun, easy, or non-complicated projects that I really love and that are inspiring. There's that. Okay, now I'm going to grab the other one and the items that I put together to fill it with, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here's the bag that I made previously, and here is the example that I showed at the beginning of the video. So this one, of course, has some packets of herbal tea. These are True Lemon packets. So basically it's like little bits of dehydrated lemon. And then I had some, like a snack edamame. Here's a peppermint stick, and then a little paper straw. So for this next one, I have a traveler's notebook insert. So you can use any kind of a little paper pad or post-it notes, and put that right in there. And then you still have a little area at the top that it could hang. And then a couple pens. So I have this set of pens, and I thought that I would just put like a red and green one. Oh, just like this. How's that? Doesn't wanna. There we go. There's a pen, and I have a little packet of cocoa. That in there. And I have a couple, oops, that's not gonna work, I think. So this is a small pocket, which is why the teas worked really well, but there we go. I got a cocoa packet, a couple paper straws. Oh, I see. There we go. Paper straws. And this is one packet of the Duncan Hines chocolate chip cookie cake mix. And so these are the ones where you add like 2 tablespoons of water and you just mix it up and cook it in the microwave. So I thought those would be fun. So I'm going to put that right there. If you have items that are slipping down and you want them to show on the top, then you can definitely use your double-sided or your repositionable adhesive to kind of tape them together, and that way they'll stay put, but then they're also easily removable and won't tear up whatever you're attaching them to. So for this last one, I have some more hot cocoa. I was thinking that if you have someone who really likes coffee, you could use a coffee themed paper and put some of those little cold brew coffee packets, or even the ones where it's just like concentrated coffee. And so there's a couple of straws and this little guy. Not sure where he's gonna go yet. But then I have some pumpkin seeds, which are chock full of iron. So that's a little treat that's a little healthier than like the cookies, but then of course I'm going to pair it with some Raisinets. So there's that. And I think what I'll do for this one, instead of putting the bow here, I think I'm going to put the bow around the body. So let's do that. Okay. So for this guy, I'm going to take my ribbon, just tie it together a little bit so it's a little more secure. Try not to make it buckle, and just a simple little bow. I guess it's not little, the tails are really long, but let's see what we can do here. And you know what Maymay says? The only way to make a nice bow is to make a fuss, is to fidget. Definitely fidget. There's that one. I'm going to bring in this one. I'm going to put that there and attach the bow to the handle for this one. So here I just tied it around one side of the handle and made a little bow. Fidget with that one a little bit, cut off the excess, or at least even them up here, and there you have it. Some little altered treat bags that are filled with goodies that you can give away as gifts at work, or to your friends, at work, or sell at a craft fair. If you want to do some pre-planning for a craft fair at the end of the year. This is definitely a good time to get some bags and break out the rest of the Christmas paper that you have left over from last season. And you can prep these and start buying, some of the non-perishable items, and then just fill them the day before your craft fair, so that they don't take up a ton of space. If you liked this video, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to check out Amber's video that I'm linking below. Thanks for watching.